let's move on and talk about Anupam Rasayan. The results have come out. Vishal Thakkar, Deputy CFO of Anupam Rasayan, is now joining us. The stock has recovered very smartly from the day's low right now. Vishal, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. What happened was in this quarter that your numbers have been on the weaker side. What is the guidance on revenues and margins for the full year? You expect this weakness to sustain from here on, or you expect material recovery in coming months?
Yes, this quarter, as we had mentioned in the past also, that the first half of this year would look weak. And yes, this quarter's results have been in the similar range. We expect that by the year end, the growth should come back. So we expect that the H2 should be a growth pace and the growth should come back in the H2. As coming to the FY25, we believe that on an overall H1 week, H2 growth back, we believe that the year number should be in a positive range in terms of growth. And in terms of margins, as we've been historically also guiding, we should be in the range of 26-27% EBITDA margin number. This quarter has been little weaker because of the lower volumes, but as we go, the year number should be in that range is what we would suggest.
Okay, surely keeping an eye out on the range this time, maybe an impact coming in because of lower volumes is what you're saying. But second half, a better recovery. But how do you see overall demand trends in the agrochemical sector? Is there a pricing pressure that was there? Is that easing off now?
Yes, let's talk about the pricing first and I'll come to the overall demand also. The pricing, see, for us, the pricing does not really have too much of an impact on us because our, large part of our revenue is passed through in terms of cost. But yeah, the raw material input prices have been also quite stable, and hence the output prices have also been remaining stable. In terms of demand, as I was mentioning earlier also, that the first half looks weak for us. And overall also, we believe that agrochemical segment is on the weaker side for the first half. Second half is where we see a lot of interesting demand coming back and the growth coming back. So second half should be quite positive for the industry and as well as for the Anupam.
Vishal, you mentioned that all your new capex plan will be commercialized by this year. Could you provide guidance on how much incremental revenue these new plants will generate, and how will this impact your overall margin? Because you're already talking about second half to be better than the first half.
If you look at it from the capex side, yes, the capex should be completed by this year. This capex should generate around about another 1.75 to 2 times the asset turn. So if you really look at it, this asset along with the capex that we have, the assets that are on ground should take us to will be sufficient for the growth of next 2 to 3 years or over, more than that. So for the medium term growth, capacity will not be constrained for our growth. In terms of margins would remain in the similar range as we've been saying. The business model is such that we would be in the range that we've been mentioning. But this capex allows us for a good growth in the medium term in terms of our capabilities at least.
Right, Mr. Thakkar, when you're looking at it, that over the past 18 months, you've commercialized more than 10 molecules. How are they performing now? How many molecules are you planning for commercialization this year, and the revenue potential there?
Yeah, so if you look at, yes, we have commercialized more than 10 molecules. In fact, last year we commercialized 17 new molecules, of which 10 were in pharma and 2 were in polymer and others were in other categories. This year as well, we commercialized 1 in the pharma, and we expect around 6 plus molecules to be commercialized in this year. Now, with that, if you really look at it, the revenue mix will evolve well. If you look at it, pharma will start contributing more than 20-25% of our revenue this year, and also polymer will also contribute in double digit. So to that extent, there is a good contribution coming from the new molecules. New molecules will contribute more than 20-25% of our revenue going forward. So that is also a positive for us. And I'm talking about new molecules which we have launched in last 18 months, as you said, and some molecules that we'll be launching this year. So to that extent, yes, there is a good growth coming from the new molecules that we have been launching. And mind you, just to add to this also, this is also the reflection of the strategic acquisition that we did in Tenfac 2 years back, which is now paying dividends because a lot of our new molecules that we are launching are from the fluorination chemistry.
Right. Vishal, your current order book stands at closer to 9,000 crore. How will the revenues flow from this in this financial year, which is FY25, and what additional orders do you expect to secure this year?
Yeah, so see, typically in the LOIs and LOIs, typically you will see that it will take you 2 years to commercialize and then another 2 years to have. So if you look at the LOIs that we had signed in 2022, are the ones that we have been able to commercialize. And if you see, we have got seven products launched in among the LOIs. Today, this year we expect that roughly around about 20-25% of our revenue will come from that LOIs. Further, this number we expect it to grow sustainably because the LOIs that we have signed in the recent time will also start commercializing. And at peak, we believe that we should be able to get a revenue of around about 1,400 to 1,500 crores per annum from these LOIs when they are fully ramped up and stabilized. But that will be another 3 to 4 years time frame. 2 to 4 years time frame.
Okay, Mr. Thakkar, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. That's the management of Anupam Rasayan talking about second half being a better placed in terms of a recovery that we should be watching out from the company.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.